press again and run the test, woohoo, 16 out of 16 are passed. Hello, today I'm going to help you to create FreeCodeCamp technical documentation page. As you see here in our right side, this is the original FreeCodeCamp technical page. On our left side, this is the page that we are going to create today. So if you see and we try to navigate between, for example, different section for this FreeCodeCamp technical documentation, how it is scrolling and how it's work on small devices, and also if we drag and see it on large devices, we'll be having sidebar and main content on the right side. And same if you see in our left side, the page we are going to create on a small device will be having top header and the section will be down. It will be smoothly scrolling down. When I press select, it will be scrolling smoothly and nicely. And also on large devices, it will be look like this, has sidebar on the left and the main section will be on the right. And I can scroll between the section by using this very nice smooth scrolling HTML and CSS feature. And we're going to follow all the FreeCodeCamp user story that already given here, around 15 different user story. And on the bottom of the page, we're going to open this on new tab, right click and open a new tab. And this is the area that we are going to build our page, or where you can add your code. I already have this open on the second screen here, so I will switch here just to open that area, and I will change here on my right side to show the page that we are going to build, and this it will guide us to follow the design. So this how it look like on desktop and laptop view, and when we go to small device, laptop and mobile, how does it look like. So let's first close this JavaScript area to have more space, and also the CSS. For now we're not going to write CSS, but later on we're going to use it. And in this HTML area we're going to remove this common text, we don't need it anymore. So now we can start writing our page. I will start write the HTML code by just typing the parent for each section, and I will bring the children code from the second screen, so just to spend the rest of the time explaining the code instead of typing it. So let's start by first parent, which will be div with id called main doc, and just close this parent div. And inside this will be a wrapper for whole the page, and the first inside will be the first I will call nav with the nav HTML element, will be nav element with an ID nav var, and just close this one, nav. And inside the nav, just I will bring the children that we are going to use, around 3 different child or children. And the first child will be empty div with the class divider. We are going to use this class later to just give some more space before the header. And then the second child, just a header with a text. For now, I will use just dummy text. As a developer or software engineer, will be only responsible about building the system as a design, and this text will be provided to you, so you don't need to care about the text. It's up to you. Basically later you can use whatever the text you like, but for this tutorial I will just using very dummy data just to show the layout. So this here just will be a text main header, and also with an order list, and with 5 different list item. Each list item has an anchor tag, and each anchor tag has a nav has a class as a nav link, as is being required by FreeCodeCamp user story. We have to add this one to have our test bus, and also has href. Each one of them has href, and href has an ID for this is a value before the other sections that we're going to build. Each section will be having this ID. So when we press on one of these anchor tag, it will scroll to that section. So if we move to next child, which will be the content, this will be for the rest of the content for the page, will be first div with a class called content. We'll use the class later for styling. And if we close this, just this div, and inside this div I'm going to bring the first section, and just inside here I'm going to paste some content. I guess let's have more space down. And this section, this is the first section. So the section with the HTML element section, it's called section and has an ID as I mentioned earlier. So anchor tag will associate with the same ID that with the section for the section. So for example, this section has an ID called also first section as is anchor tag. So when we're pressing this anchor tag or link, it will scroll to this section. So this is the ID that we'll use for scrolling, and a class name called main section. We'll use this for styling, and also this one being required by FreeCodeCamp user story. So this section has first styled just header with the text first section, and also has a paragraph. And inside the paragraph we have this HTML code. This is one of the HTML elements that we can use to highlight this area. It will be showing as a code, and this one also being required by FreeCodeCamp user story. We have to write this one to have our test pass. And then just dummy text. This text I got it from a website called Lauren Lobson. So basically you can visit that website if you're happy, or for example if you're interested in getting dummy text from that website. We'll use it just for to build or to show our layout how it look like. We don't care about the actual content meaning, but we care about the design and the visual. And if we move to next one, so has an order list. So order list with 5 different list items is also just as being required by FreeCodeCamp. And also we have next paragraph with the code element, the same previous one, just with a different text. And also we have order list. I added this order list just to having more content on the page to make it look more richer. So that basically the section, the first section, and the next 3 or 5 sections. We have basically 5 sections as you see here, our anchor tag representing that, the first one, second one, third one, fourth one, fifth one. So we have similar to this section fifth time. So on each different fifth time will be just the title different by saying first, second, third, fifth to differentiate between these sections. But all of them will be having the similar HTML elements, section as a parent, and first element child will be header, second child will be paragraph with another child code, and another child an order list, and with the additional child paragraph, and with the nested child code HTML element, and last one will be just order list. I will bring the rest of 5 section, and this is actually all what we have on this as HTML. Just HTML as I just said. If we can just follow the rest to confirm what I said earlier, this first section, for example, if I just collapse this first one, and this is the second with the second ID, it will say just second section. The ID it will the ID has to match the anchor tag, this one, and with the class main section, and everything else is similar to previous one. And if we collapse the second one, if we collapse just from here from a second section to have more space, and we can read the next one. This is the third section with an ID third section, which should be matching this anchor tag, and the title just or the heading, it will just be third section. And if we collapse this one and come to the fourth section, the same, which is matching this anchor tag, and also with the heading fourth section and the paragraph and everything else similar to previous one. And the fifth and last one, so this will be also the fifth section, an ID, which will be matching the last anchor tag. So when pressing that anchor tag, we'll scroll to that area. And if we just collapse this one, so this is all the sections that we have around 5 different sections. So this is the HTML, and if we need to see the HTML before the style, this is how it's look like before the styling. And also when we press, for example, the section, it will take us to that section without smooth scrolling. This will just instantly, it will take you to that area. But later we are going to add smooth scrolling by using CSS. It will be much nicer. We'll start by general CSS logic that first will apply. So here on the top, when you need to make the scrolling more smoother and nicer, we use this HTML element tag here, and we give it scroll behavior to be smooth. So this will change the CSS. If you see now, it's smooth and scrolling like differently now. That was much nicer. And also we're giving this font family to the body. Basically, I'm using this one as just got it from FreeCodeCamp as a standard font family. You can use your own, or you can just use this default one, or you can use this one. It's up to you. And just we're giving a standard font size for all the content to be 20 pixel, and the background color, it will be black. As you see now, the background changed to be black, and the color, it will be sort of gray to white, just to be not very sharp to the for the eyes, user eyes, so it will be easy to read. And paragraph, I'm applying line height for all the paragraph, so this will be between each line, so we'll give like around 40 pixel, so just to have enough space between each line to be easy to read basically. And this is one of the best accessibility tips. And also we have our main div for all the content. We're just displaying flex to apply other flex property, for example, like the flex direction. So we need to bring all the content one column. So basically all the content will be on one column. If you see now in our page, everything on one column. So this for the main. And if we move to the navbar style, just let me bring the navbar style here. Just let's add line, new line here. And if you see here, I'm adding comment. Here this will be just a comment to describe what's the next after this line. So this will be for main content. So we'll go to previous one, which will be for the header navbar. If you see here for the navbar, I'm adding just the width full 100. If you see now, is that being changed, taking the full 100 width, and height taking the 100 height for the content itself. And the background color is sort of gray. Margin top is 40. I'm giving it here just margin to leave some space for this button. And also padding 20 for all, like top, right, left, down, all directions. And also I'm giving it text align center to bring all the text on the center of the screen. For the header inside we'll just show you where the header I mean. The header inside the nav. If you see, this is the nav and this is the header. So for the header, I'm adding a color black and also font size 35 to make it a little bit larger to stand out. And also for an order list, this one here, I'm giving it padding 0 to just not by default has padding, so I will change that to be 0. The font size 25 to give each element here font size around 25 pixel. And for list item here, I'm adding color black and margin button 15 pixel to leave space between each other. And also I'm giving list style none. This usually it will have a dot. If I didn't add this list style, this will show you. If you see here on the very left side here is having this dot, so I will add it list style none to remove that, and also has a width 100%. For the anchor tag, has a color black and has a height as a 30 pixel. So basically here I noticed we duplicating the color. We don't need a color for list item, only for the anchor tag. We can remove this one. So for see on also I'm adding a hover. So basically when you hover on anchor tag, it will change the color to be green. If you see now, when I hover, it's changing the color to be green. Just this your own touch. You can use whatever color you like. Just use this one. And if we move to the next section here, which is a main section, I'm applying margin top 0, right bottom and left 20, and also moving to main section. If you see, this is the main this is a content class, and the main section class, this one here, main section class for all our 5 sections. Each one of them has this class, so this style will be applied for all the sections basically. So each section will take the height of the screen, the minimum height, so to give us like enough space so we can scroll between the screens. If you just show you what I mean, when I press here, if you see this now taking the full height, and also the width, taking the full width 100%. We're adding border button for each section, which is 2 pixel, and the type will be dashed, and the color is red. So, and also for the header for each section, if you notice here has a header. This is the first header for each section, this header, and the header I'm applying a color, one type of the white color, and also font size 30, padding top 30, and also for the list item I'm adding a margin button 15 pixel. If you see this list item here, and also for order list item also here, this one and this one has also margin button to leave some space in between. So if we can move to next one, which is a media query, last one. Before explaining the media query, if you notice, we have now the header on the top, so we have to bring it on the left on large screen, and to do that we are going to use a media query basically, and we'll add new line here, and let's start by the media query. If you see that already being changed, so above the screen 900 pixel, we are going to change the layout for the main doc. Instead of flex direction column, it will be row. If you notice on the top here, we're adding flex direction column by default, which for a small screen and devices like tablet and mobile, but on larger screen like laptop and desktop, we are going to make it row. So, and also the nav bar, we are going to change the width to be 280 instead of 100%, and also the height is going to take the full height of the screen, and the background color will be sort of gray, and also the margin top will be 0. We reset the margin to be 0 just to bring everything to 0, and also text align is left. So previous text align was center, we change it now to be left, and position fixed. So position fixed, when we scroll here, the sidebar or the header should be fixed, not move with the page. Basically, if you notice now it's being fixed in this position, it's not moving. That's what it means by position fixed. It will be fixed. And also padding, the padding, it will reset all the padding to be 0. We remove all the previous padding that we added on the top. This divider, this is a class that we added earlier before the header here. So now this is a divider we added that divider to give it a color or to give it some touch basically. And also the nav bar headers, the header and the order list, we're giving it padding left 40 pixel. This padding was applying for everything inside the header, but now we're adding it for some of the element for that header, not for everything, just to keep the layout look a little bit different on large screen. And also the header here has a color sort of gray white between, and padding left 40, and padding top 30 pixel, padding bottom 30 pixel. Just this one to begin padding top here, padding down, and here padding left. Background color, this color here, part of the purple color, and also we're changing the unordered list items, sorry, padding top to 15 pixel, and content, we're adding margin left to the content around 350, which will be this for this content on here, these sections, this 350. So basically when change the position for this sidebar or the header to fixed, all the content will be behind this header or sidebar. So to bring this section or this main content to right, so we need to give it around 350 pixel. Where is this coming from? This is coming from the width of this sidebar or the header, additional to some more margin, so to leave this space in between. And basically that it. And where did I pull this color from? Basically I'm not expert on design, but I'm expert on building it and finding the correct information. So I just did a very quick search here on Google, dark theme material UI. I found this picture here and I like it. I downloaded and I went to another screen here, this page here. So this free online Photoshop is called Pixelor. Basically you can go to this page and just press advanced Pixelor, and here you can just press create new and select this full HD, create, and here you can just press file, open new image or open image. You can select your image. For example, this is the image I downloaded. And now if I need to access this color, just press this here, this bottom left, and try to select this area. And if you see here, it's giving you the hexacode for that color, and if I press here, it will give you the different hexacode color. So this is how you can bring different colors. And basically that it. And if we back here to our main page and try to show it in full view, before that let's save it. Now it's saved, full view. This is our page on full view basically, and we can move between different sections now, and this for desktop and laptop. And also we can test our work, this final step. Hopefully that works without any issue. We can first select from here the page that we're going to test. For example, for this here, we are going to test the technical documentation page, and then press run test. We have 15 out of 16. Let's see what issue do we have. As you see, I can see main element with corresponding ID, main doc, which contain page. Okay, let's see what's wrong we have here. If you go back and edit view to go back to our code, this instead of this instead of div should be called main. And if you scroll down, that will be also changed to main to make sure it's changed to main. Yeah, it's changed to main. If now press again and run the test, woohoo, 16 out of 16 are passed. I hope that was simple and easy. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to press the subscribe button and enable the bell to get the latest change. Besides, if you like this video, press like button. That will support me to continue and uploading more videos. Also, do not forget to leave your comment about this video, or if you have any idea that needs me to do a video for. Thanks for watching.